Hey guys, this is Chris, strat-o-matic Delaware, continuing our baseball SADv tutorial series. We're covering advanced and super advanced rules in the rule book as we're going through the rule book, page by page, rule by rule. And we have covered so far rules 11 through 13 in one video, rules 14, 15, and 17 in a second video, and this time we are going to tackle these mamma jammas. That's right, we're going in deep. Alrighty, so let's get into this. I think this is going to be a longer video, but that is quite alright. Kind of needs to be, because this is one of the two most difficult systems to grasp. So we're going to try to make sure that we do our due diligence with this. We are going to go through advanced fielding first because it's there, which is this chart. This is for the advanced game. The blue ones are for super advanced. So anytime you get ground ball X, fly ball X, the X chance readings abbreviated as shown above, fly X, ground ball X, catcher's X, are obtained from the pitcher's card in the basic game. However, on the advanced side of each player's card, there are multiple fielding ratings and a different fielding chart is used. A range rating from 1 the best, 5 the worst, that determines whether a fielder will catch the ball or whether it will become a hit. And their fielding ratings are listed next to their positions underneath their name. For hitters or for pitchers, it's not on there. Well, this is the 1991 set, the 1992 set, and it did not have those on there. I had to write the wild pitch and balk and passed ball on, so that way I would be able to use these to play super advanced. That means I gotta dig. No, we'll get a picture out of here. It'll have it on it. So we are time traveling. And look who comes into the studio. Why? It's Robin Roberts, fresh out of 1960. Alrighty, so that's the card we're going to use for pitchers. It will also show his fielding rating next to the word pitcher, between pitcher and either starter or relief, and then his error range is listed on the other side of which batting card he uses. So pitcher 2 is the range, E12. Fielders, right field 2, E5. Those are the numbers you're going to use for both advanced and super advanced. Okay, throwing arms for outfielders and catchers. These are indicated in parentheses immediately after the range rating. So outfielders and catchers, after the range, right field 2, +2 is his outfield arm. That would also be, if it was catcher 2, that +2 would be his throwing arm. Error or E ratings that determine the frequency of players' errors at each position. The lower the E rating, the fewer errors the fielder will commit. So a lot of people are thinking, yeah, okay, I want to get some 3 and 4 ranged players with E0 and E1. The E0 and E1, they're not going to commit a lot of errors at all, if any. The range ratings of 3 or 4, they're going to let a lot of hits through, because look at this. Second base, 1. Hoover scoops them up. 2, 2 singles. 3, 4 singles. 4, 6 singles. 5, a lot of singles. They're letting a lot of hits through if it relies on their defensive ability. So you don't want to just go with the low error range. You really want to consider defensive range at the position. A T rating for catchers only. I should have a catcher out. So let's get us a catcher. Ready to look at Greg Olson. He will have a T range. and a range of numbers, T1 through 3. That is the range that determines whether or not there is a throwing error when he is throwing to second or third to try to catch a runner stealing a base. He also has a PB, passed ball rating, and that determines whether or not a passed ball has happened before an at-bat is rolled. And we will go over that later as well. Consult the Advanced Fielding chart, one two-sided chart. The same referral process for the basic fielding chart applies to the Advanced Fielding chart with one major exception. So let's get this out, but so that we can still read the rule. Certain 20-sided die rolls, those involving E ratings, for example, first base 20-sided die rolls 7 through 15 require a second dice roll with the 3 6-sided die. So if you roll the D20 for a first baseman and it's between 1 and 6 or 16 and 20, it's cut and dry. If it's between 7 and 15, you've got to consult down here. When the Advanced Fielding chart calls for a dice roll, roll all 3 6-sided die and refer the defensive player's E rating section located underneath the split number results of the Advanced Fielding chart. So Olson is an E2. For catcher, we're going to look at E2. They are all listed like that. Da-dee-da-dee-da. The series of numbers located to the left of the results represent the total of the colored dice. If a reading yields a double result, a split, then the white die number determines the correct split. It will always be a split of a 6-sided die. So you roll all 3. That way, if you need the split, you look at the white die. However, 2 through 12 are the 2 red die. For 2, it's a 1 base error if the white die is a 1. It's a pop out to the catcher if it's a 2 through a 6. That is how you use this chart. The Advanced Fielding chart has a variety of abbreviations and symbols, all explained on the bottom of the center fielder's chart, right down here. All of the symbols are explained. I have to have a video for the charts as well, I think. But we're just going over the rules. It's very easy to figure out. It's very easy to use. It's very intuitive, so you should not have a problem doing it, really. It's very easy to pick up, very simple. Super Advanced. The defensive ratings are as in the Advanced game, except higher E ratings are possible for Super Advanced play. Use the E ratings found on the player's card. In some earlier versions of the game, any E ratings higher than the Advanced game maximum were listed separately on the roster sheets. Consult the Super Advanced Fielding charts, 2 two-sided charts, the blue ones. The 20-sided die and all 3 6-sided die are to be rolled every reference to resolve X chances. So we are going to go through and we are going to show you how to do it. Rather than reading the rules, we're going to show you how to do it. So let's say we have one there. Greg Olson, the catcher. It comes up catcher X card. This looks a lot more difficult than it is. You're going to look at the catcher's X section. He is a catcher range 2, error 2. You're going to roll all 4 dice. He's range 2, so catcher's range section, he's a 2. Look at 1 on the D20, whatever the number is on the D20. In this case, it's W/S. That is the part over here we're going to look at. He is an E2, and we have rolled 11. Catcher, E2, and you look to see if the number you rolled came up over here, either under rare play, error 1 base, error 2 base, and 11 is not there. So we're going to go to W/S, which is right there, and there are sections for rare play, error 1 base, error 2 base, error 3 base, or no result underneath catcher in the error section of the chart. And it's got with runners on base and with no runners on base. So it gives you the result of the play there. Let's go another one just to show you how this is done different ways. Let's go back to Russ Nixon, outfielder. Let's say we have a right field X come up. So we have the range section, the error section, and the symbols chart. He is a 2 E5. So this is the 2, and then for right field, this is the E5. So roll all the dice, and that is there. 2, 4. The fourth result is F1. He is an E5 right fielder, and we've rolled 11. 11 is not a result. But let's just say for the ability to show you how to do that, we rolled a 14. 5, 14 is E2. So we're going to look at 2, 4, F1 under E2 for the 14 here. Now we go to the symbols chart. Remember, F1, E2. You find F1, which is right here, then you find E2. 2 base error, runners advance 2 bases. That is how you do the fielding. Let's do one more little bit of fielding. Really just get it visually in there. Let's go with Rafael Belliard, shortstop. Ground ball, shortstop, X comes up. We go to the infield page of the charts. He is a shortstop 2, E26. So we're going to be looking at 2, and shortstop we're going to be looking at 26. So let's go ahead and roll all 4 die. So 4, 2, 4 is G3, and there is a pound sign there. It explains down here that pound sign means it, just like a plus, if the infield is in, it becomes a single 2. But the infield is not in on this one. We're just reading it as it is. So 2, 4 is G3. And we've rolled an 8. E26, 8 is not a result. But just so we can show you the rare plays, which are really, really, really cool. Let's say he rolled a 5. So we're looking at G3, E26. 5 is always the rare play. I'm going to show you the rare plays are really neat. It's cool. So we're looking for G3, RP. Batter lines a shot that hits the mound and deflects to the fielder, the shortstop, who makes the play to first for the out. All runners advance 1 base on the play. Add a little bit of flavor to it with the rare plays. It's kind of neat. It really is. That is how you do super advanced fielding. It's just a matter of getting a rhythm down, so that way when it comes up, you know which part of the chart, which chart you have to look at for which position, which part of the chart you have to look at for which die, and then going over to the symbols chart and finding the proper result. It is simple to do once you've done it enough. Like I've always said, repetition is the key to insanity. Repetition is the key to insanity. Repetition is the key to insanity. You know what? This has been a short enough video. Let's do a few more examples of it just so you can really get it. Because, everybody, say it with me, repetition is the key to insanity. Repetition is the key to insanity. Okay, shut up. Got it. Alright, so let's just do a few more Rafael Belliard since we've got him handy. Error. Well, now let's go through and let's do all the different positions so you can get all kinds of different results. We've done Belliard. Let's do Sid Bream, first baseman. He is a range of 2, error 7. So roll all of the dice. 2, 2 on the 9 rather on the D20. 2, 9 is G2. He is an E7 and he rolled a 9. First baseman. 7, 9 is an E1. So we have G2, E1 for Sid Bream fielding at first. And then we're going to bring this over to the symbols chart. G2 is right here. E1, error, batter to first, runners advance a base. Let's do it with the next player in line. Let's say it's second baseman, Jeff Treadway. He is a second baseman, range 4, E34. So we're going to be looking, and this is all for the infield. This is simple. First, second, third, short. All use the same one. So he is range 4, and second baseman, E34. So we roll all of the dice. So he is a second base 4, rolled a 12, and that will be G3. G3. And he is an E34 and rolled a 12. 34, there is a 12 right there under E1. So we're looking at G3 in the G3 section on the symbols chart. G3 down to E1 for the error result. Error, batter to first, runners advance one base. Let's do one more. Maybe we'll have an outfielder up. I think probably David Justice. Let us get the outfielder chart face up, since the infield and the outfield charts are together. The pitcher-catcher chart is on the same piece of paper as the advanced scenarios, like the strategy chart, hit and run, bunting, steal, stuff like that. So we have David Justice, right fielder. He is a right fielder 3, E11. So we're going to be looking outfield X chart range section. All the outfielders use this. Number 3. And since he is right field, we will be looking at E11. So we roll all of the dice. We get 3, 10, F2. E11, 10. There is no 10 on that row. So it's going to be F2, no, since there was nothing on that row. So we go to F2, no. Fly out. If there's a runner on third, he scores. A runner on second may tag up and try to advance. Compute his safe chances as running speed plus outfielder's arm. The max safe range is 1 to 19. That's how you do the fielding, and there's not a lot to it. This is easy to grasp. There's a lot less involved in this than there is in the SADv stealing, which we're going to be coming up on shortly. But that is the third video in our tutorial series, and I really hope that these videos are helping. If they are, please like, comment below, share with your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, buy this game from the company that made it, Strat-o-matic of Glen Head, New York, www.strat-o-matic.com. And as always, everybody, thank you very much. This is Chris, Strat-o-matic Delaware. Keep on rolling.